chasing modern cars and old cars. Welcome back, I'm Tedward. Welcome back to sunny California, and welcome to a 1990 Mazda RX-7. This FC has a 1.3 liter rotary or a Wankel engine, naturally aspirated, no turbos here. And my goodness, is this thing gorgeous on white TE37s. It's on field coilovers, but other than that, I think it's mostly stock. It's just that it's in incredible shape, and it looks like the appropriate initial D-spec of an RX-7. This thing might as well say Fujiwara Tofu Shop on it, because I think he would get one of these after the AE86 blows up. So let's jump in. Look at these. These are massive doors. Holy cow. Let's see what this thing is all about. Now, this is like, I'm not a huge Mazda guy, and I'm gonna become one, I think, because I really dig this thing. Look at this gauge cluster. Manual seats, we like that. This thing is clean. Wow, wow, wow. All right, let's get it started. Wow, this is outrageous. All right, we got to remember to put our lap belts on. Oh, the steering is just sublime. That's pretty wonderful. You feel like you've got to keep the revs way up. It's got about 160, 165 horsepower according to the owner. And, you know, that's all going to be way, way up top. These Wankel engines need to spin like crazy. This is just easy to drive. I was expecting this to be a lot more temperamental or something. Man, no wonder Mazda was so into these rotary engines. This thing is incredible. I don't want to have to go down into first, but you know, some of these turns are pretty tight. Doesn't have a ton of torque, but I think we can just stick it out in second for most of this. Gives me a lot of respect. Wow, this thing is light. You can just chuck this in. Holy cow. Grip for days. Been out running these canyons all day. It's a Sunday, there's loads of cyclists out here, so we're going to be relatively cautious around them. We don't want anyone to get hurt. I just saw a pretty nasty almost motorcycle accident out here earlier that could have ended badly. But this is just incredible. There's the FD. Wow. I'm like, you know, I don't like to push boundaries too hard out here just because you know, if you mess up, you go off a cliff or you go into a rock wall, and we don't want to injure a car, but I'm like pretty confident the limits of this car are shockingly high. Brakes feel nice, always nice to feel that we've got that in check, especially on the downhill. Oh my goodness, hopefully everything's okay with our friend of the Miata. We'll check him out on the way back up. You know, I don't know what I thought, but like the fact that this is a rotary engine, I think in my brain is like, well, that's just going to be completely different, but it's just so responsive. It feels like there's so much less mass, but otherwise it operates completely normally. I mean, oh my goodness, I think I'm just blown away by the front end grip of this thing. This is amazing. So light, we got so much gravel, I just don't want to accidentally understeer off the mountain. Look at the way this gets, oh my goodness, you get on power. I'm starting to get confident in it, but I'm not going to get too confident. That's when things go wrong, guys. Wow, this is, now I know why everyone had these at autocrosses, because it's so light, you can change direction so quickly. We don't want to bottom out here. Nice. This road's interesting because it sort of suits it for the weight, but it doesn't totally suit it for the power. I feel like we need a little bit more speed for second gear to keep it in that power band, which really feels like it starts to come alive over 6 grand. So much steering feel. I love this Momo wheel. It's a good choice to put in the car. It's the right diameter. Yeah, I am pretty shocked. This is so much fun. It's taken me a minute to adapt to it. These kind of 90s cars always feel like a little old, like, ooh, what's it gonna do? Is it gonna bite me? But no, this is like really approachable. This is just such a special thing. Wankles get a bad rap sometimes just because they've, you know, they have failure points, common failure points, but there's not a whole lot of parts, right? You just have to like deal with that sort of rebuild situation over and over again. Wow. Yeah, I'm blown away. Try not to dig into the brakes too much just because it's unnecessary wear on the car, and a very nice man has been kind enough to toss me the keys to play with this. This is just amazing. We'll go nice and easy past our cyclist friend. Let's turn it around, climb the hill, and open these windows, man. It's getting warm in here. Good line of sight. Up the hill is where this is starting to struggle a little bit. You got to get over that 6,000 RPM mark. All these other guys have loads more torque. But man, the turning grip is incredible. You're just going to be accounting for the gravel. I love chasing modern cars and old cars. This is like my initial D dream. Benton, Zy Green YouTube channel and the GT3 having a good time. This is just some good old-fashioned motoring, boys. Let these guys run a little bit. It's fun to be right on the edge of grip with this thing. It's been real, boys. The suspension's nice, it's a little bit bouncy. But the car's light, so I feel like when you stiffen up a car like this, it's just, you're always going to be in that position unless you pay big money for some fancy suspension. Something you've got to take into account with these cars too is that there's really no safety. And if you do put it into a wall or you get hit by another car, you are at the mercy of the very thin doors and very crumply front end. the oil. All right, let's try to not go too hard on these brakes before we park it. All right, well, that's gonna do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. Thank you to Fenton of the Zy Green YouTube channel for setting up incredible drives today. Thanks to the owner of this FC RX-7. Thank you, Patreon supporters, for making some of these dreams come true. Don't forget to respect the drive, and I'll see you in the next one. Let's go see what an FD drives like.